Hey everybody, and to everybody, hello. Yes, I got my nerdiness on. Like I am in work mode, busy. Look how professional I look, y'all. Like shout outs to the freelancer lifestyle and being professional and trying to go into consulting and building up side hustles and just doing what I got to do. Shout out to that. Thank you for tuning into J Essence Journey. I am your girl trying to give you information if you're trying to go on a journey. And I'm pretty much utilizing the information I have gathered personally, all opinion based, from moving to Rwanda. Very recently, if you are a follower, then you know. And if you're not, I did move from Kigali to an area called Niamata, which is probably about 40 minutes outside of Kigali. So, literally, just kind of like moving into the suburbs. And no, not suburbs. Like there's some suburbs, and then like you drive a little bit, and then you're in your country towns. I'm in the country towns. I am so ecstatic about my move. It was really the best thing I needed to do for me mentally, physically, spiritually, and just in this phase of life. One thing I talk to people about is there's the lifestyle that you want. Kigali is city. And then there's the country lifestyle. One thing I like about country lifestyle is I don't spend money every day. What do I mean by that? That's just a personal thing. Like anytime there's someplace to go, you spend money. Like sometimes I don't even like leaving the house because I know when I leave the house, a card's going to get swiped, cash is going to go. And there's many times when I was a country child that I would just be in the country, living La Vida Loca, doing my thing. So I am happy. The other piece about it is I don't have the Twitter feed, but there was a recent announcement that the Bogasera area is going to be redistricted. So Kigali is actually going to extend out closer to this area by 2025, I believe, which says a lot for the international airport that they're building, says a lot for the roads, it says a lot for the future forward for Rwanda. So I kind of was playing the game. And I tell people all the time, if you could have moved to Atlanta like in 95 or 99, would you? And a lot of people are like, yeah, because it was before the Great Migration, and so I kind of was like timing out things with Kigali, Rwanda, and I was like, ooh, I think this place is the place to move before the Great Migration. And exactly is what's happening for me. So I wanted to kind of dive in just a little bit on these expenses that kind of hit you that you just don't realize that hits you. And I talk a lot about money and I talk a lot about a little couple of different things. But I will tell you that in my transition, there are some things that I really did not take account of. I did not take account of in trying to do what I needed to do. And the very first one is that when you move into whatever, um, we take energy for granted, and I say that because on a Western end, we pay for energy at the end of the month. To be honest with you, we really don't gauge our bill. We just get hit like, or okay, we're going to do it. For instance, I knew like my winter months would be a lot lower than my summer months because of the air conditioning. Here, you prepay your electric. And so you just kind of know that you're prepaying electric and you just kind of guesstimate how much you're supposed to pay. Now, if you pay at the first of the month, um, and on that actual day, you get a kind of like a bonus credit and you get more units than if you pay on any other month. So I do tell people like try to even it out for the first of the month because the money it goes longer. So what I've recognized is in my move, I went from like every time I lived in a house, I went had like a regular refrigerator, like the big two double doors. I'm looking here, I'm looking here. Um, Regular refrigerator, and that's what's come with the furnished house. I actually moved to an unfurnished house when I decided to make my move out because of all the things that's needed. I then was really on bootleg trying to get here. Like the first month and a half was just month and a half. I'm still in my month and a half, but it was really, really bootleg. So instead, I had put like the big refrigerator on the wish list, and I had a small refrigerator from when I first moved here that I had let somebody borrow and I got it back. And then what happened is I got blessed with another like small mid-sized refrigerator. And I have two refrigerators. Baby, the amount of energy consumption has gone down so much. So one thing you don't realize is you really do need to pay attention to your wattages of your appliances and how much it's pulling, because I'm keeping these two refrigerators. I am not going to the big dog refrigerator. I have to talk to my mama. She gonna get over it. We do not need a deep freezer. There's too many people who eat in this house anyway. Don't nothing ever stay in the refrigerator. 3 days ago, rotation. I'm keeping my two small refrigerators, and we just have one for like meats, the other for such and such. But that is what's happening because um, I used to like average, I'm going to tell you another one, like maybe $200 a month, like in cash power, because I had so much stuff pulling. I didn't even get to 100 last month, and I cried tears of joy. The second one is your washing machine. And one thing I kind of recognized is that I needed to, is kind of loud, to kind of train my staff on how to use the washing machine, because all I know is I'm paying for energy, and then I'll walk in and it's like faux socks and a t-shirt in the washing machine. No, baby. No, baby. No, because how much that washing machine is pulling for energy and how much water it pulls, I'm not paying the amount. So when we moved here, once again, because I was in furnished houses, I did not have a chance to get a washing machine. Washing machine was up on that thing. My girl, old school, she back there with the scrubber dub, happy, living the best life. We ain't gonna get no washing machine. Everything's clean, smells fresh. I can do it. You can do it. And let's be honest, I'm in country living now. Nice shirt, right? Nice shirt. Jeans. And day, jeans or yoga leggings. Like your girls in tights. I look good at top, bottom, whatever. I was like, you know what? We really don't have to do this. What about the sheets? She does a great job, but I have saved so much money on my water bill and my cash power bill this last month. Like I'm seeing numbers that made me feel like I was living single child. Um, so that's one thing that is an expense that you really just don't know, and it catches you. An expense that catches you, and it's really hard. People ask this time all the time, like how much should I budget for transportation? It is such a hard question. That transportation is such a hard question. And it deals with the fact that gas has gone up. Um, I can't even tell you what I'm driving, but like, um, one, you guys are used to gallons, we're used to liters, so you pay per liter. So I know how much I spend per car that I have. But then I remember, like, if you use VW Move to get to a location, you're pretty much paying 50 cents or 500 Rwandan francs per kilometer. So you can kind of calculate if you're using the VW Move app. Um, and you can use that same app. This is a thing. If you're getting a regular taxi and they give you a number, you can pull up the VW Move and you can show them the estimated cost and let them know that's what you're going to pay, because they are regulated by Rwanda to kind of follow that guideline. So that's something that you can do. So you can kind of estimate if you're taking VW Move, like look at how far your trip is, and like divided by two, that's how much you're going to be paying. So it gets costly when you're doing like a lot of errands in the day and different things like that. And so sometimes you might want to opt just to have a taxi driver for the day. A taxi driver for the day, it just really is an estimate. I can say that probably about between 40 or maybe 50. And so I try to do all of my errands like on one day, like play me and you gonna be together, like me and you, your mama and your cousin too. Like I'm doing that entire saga because like it's just being expensive. And making things make sense. So transportation is really hard to negotiate and navigate. And it's also like your size, how much is the gas tank to take to fill up, um, the type of vehicle. So one of your biggest expenses coming out here is transportation, to the point where you just sit that money to the side. I opt out for renting, but you have to understand, even when you rent a car, and this is a little known fact, rent a car, you still have to fill up the gas. Fill up is not the right word. You still have to put enough gas in to be able to give it back to the owner, because I have never, no, one car. gotten a gas tank full. They usually bring it to you like close to E. And so I give it back close to E just because it's like, what you do for me, I'll do for you. What you do for me, I'll do for you. Right? That is just like really do, really do. And it's like you don't get no bonus points walking through heaven because you gave somebody some extra gas. Like I wish, because I like we're in it from the same person, I would put a little extra gas in there, like, hey, God says this. Still got that thing back on E the next day. Like, you know what? So I would say definitely transportation. Um, your unknown expenses are, I hate saying like mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to not know you're going to pay more. You're going to do the wrong thing. I know something recently for me was there was a communication error and I was paying for something and it didn't come correct. And it's not like, oh, I got overcharged, but it's like we had to buy more wood in order to fix it. And so I try to budget out. I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm making myself sound good. I need to budget out that when I'm told something to maybe put 30% more in my mind. So if somebody tells me it costs $100 to do something, let me think 130. Let me tell you why. Because that extra $30, if it's done correct, is a blessing. It's a blessing. But if I got to fix something, if delivery gets tacked on at the last second, if they, and this is something that's really, really common. I was talking to my homegirl about it, and they will tell you the price of something like piece by piece. They will not tell you the whole price. And that's something I'm really fighting here. I want to know what is the total amount of something that I'm going to pay for, but instead it'll be like, okay, this amount, okay, but we need to paint it. Okay, but we need to do this. And it's literally like, just give me the total amount. Just give me the total amount. And so that's something that I'm working on with my team. Like we're getting much better at. But I always forget delivery. I always forget to tack on like the extra 10 to 15, 20 for delivery. So that's why I said, like, I don't want to say it's always mistakes, but you just have to have your add ons. Your add ons might cost a little bit more. And you do want to pay for quality. A lot of people want to negotiate something all the way down. You are paying for quality sometimes. And so you have to understand. And so part of that is asking the right questions, like, what type of wood is this? Why this? What would you pick? Why? Like you do have to ask a lot of questions because I can get a bed made for 200 and I can get a bed made for 400. And you know, at first I was like, give me the 200. No, the type of wood that's used for the 200 is not the same quality of wood that's used for the 400. And so there's just a lot of things that I've learned at this time, and also trusting your team because once your team or once you have whoever you knows, they kind of know my expectations. They know now, and they kind of like, and they know how to talk me down. If I'm on the fence, like I don't understand why this is this. They know how to talk me down and fix that. Hey, Patricia, good morning, looking good. Tell my mom hello. I gotta see if I can get mom. I gotta see if mom I can get mom on a call. I'm gonna try to do that. Blessings and peace. And so another expense that you don't calculate in is going out. I'm going to say going out. Like I said, I don't know if you remember a video I did a while back. You can eat for such a good price. You can have a full meal for $8. It is drinking that will raise your bill up. And it's not, it just catches you off guard. Like some places it's $10 per drink, which you guys are like, oh, that's nothing. But some places, like I have a $6 wine glass. I'll be like, oh, okay, cool. And then next thing you know, you get three and it's like it adds up. So going out like pregame is cheaper to pregame. If you don't know what pregame is, God bless your soul. But it's cheaper to either pregame or to be on a cleanse and act like you're doing right. Like, but just pregame, you'll be fine because what you're paying, like, let me tell you this. Like I said, the glass of wine, I honestly believe glass of wine is like $4. So I'll go like before 4 or 6. So you're out, glass of wine, you drink a glass. Let me have 2 glasses of wine. Okay, so now you're like at $8. A wine bottle at the store between $10 and $15. Easy. 10. 10 is average. I'm talking about a good. So like get the bottle, put it in some, hit it before you get there, whatever else like that. But just know, because if not, it does tack on your bill, and you be like, "Oh, I had a good time," and that's just that's what I just had to say. I just had to say. So I went through the expenses with the transportations. I went through that. Also, um, another expense. If you guys have any questions, like pop it in right now. Another expense that can kind of catch you out of guard is mm-mm, like everything. Like, to be honest with you, um, I would say like lifestyle choices, because I was going to be like, what about shopping? What about fabric? It's a lifestyle choice. You really can live affordably out here. Um, Kigali and Musanze are totally different prices. Kigali is it's the city. Kigali is the city. And then like fashion, like how much you typically pay for fabrics, between $10 to $15, 10 to 15, depending on your fabrics, but this is like clothing fabrics. And then getting something made, 15 to 20, maybe cheaper, depending on what you made. Let's be honest, if you thick or not. If you skinny, yes, your stuff is cheaper, because you ain't being using that much thread. You can let your fabric go for 3 or 4 outfits. Sister like me, I'm picking one outfit, that's it. I might get a handbag. Like that's the little, running I'm doing. I can get me a little handbag. I can get me a little, hair thing, get me a little face mask. um, my goal is 2 outfits fabric. Like, that's when y'all doing push-ups, y'all be thinking this. I'll be thinking like 2 outfits per fabric. 2 outfits per fabric. Like, let's get this down. Let's 2 outfits per fabric. 2 outfits for fabric. So your prices are different. That always get your fabric back though. Don't let them keep that fabric. You get your scraps. You get your scraps because you paid for that. You get your scraps. Um, if you're paying for an outfit just off the top, you might be paying 30 to 40. We'll see. Depends on the depends on what you're getting. Shouts out to the conference. And huh? I don't know what this is. What is okay? People doing stuff. What is this? Lord help. I'm so sorry. Y'all, you have to understand, I'm probably one of the best, worst YouTubers. I am working, I am multitasking. Like, I have things that must be done. So, once again, post, hit your subscriptions, whatever, and comment if you have questions. I just want to let people do know that I do consulting. We're putting all that up on the My Cousin Connection feed. Is actually better that way, because I really get to break down every single question that you're asking. Um, one expense that you're not ready or prepared for is the difference between furnished housing and unfurnished housing. And I can talk to you that now. I'm dealing with this now. It is a lot harder to furnish an unfurnished house than you would think. You'd be like, oh, I just need to get a bed. Such a It is so much like real conversation talk. This is not funny. In my bedroom, I have no tables. And that doesn't sound like a big deal, right? But I literally just can't do that. I can't, like, I am missing that. Like, when I go to sleep, I go to sleep. Like, there is nothing on my bed. Can't sit my little phone there. And it's just like these little things you take for granted, like these little like storage jars. Like, oh my gosh, it's just so much I am missing. And so unfurnished is a lot harder to do. It's a lot fun. It's fun. It's fun because I'm building things from the bottom up. Started from the bottom. Now we here. But I do want to give you that when you say, hey, I just want to grab something unfurnished. And when you say unfurnished out here, you also talking about no refrigerator, no stove, no, you might not even have the wire for the clothes to dry on when we say unfurnished out here. Um, It's been so long. I'm trying to remember what else comes in furnished. Like it's nothing. Literally, you have the walls, no curtains, child. Not a nair, not a nair. Shout out to the South. Not a nair curtain available. Not a nair curtain string. Not a nair shower curtain. Not a nair towel. Like there's just so much when you deal, and I might probably have to do a whole nother video when you deal with unfurnished. Like you have to think of every little single thing. Like for me, I got caught up closet. So I was out of my suitcases for like literally. Let me be honest with you. 2 days ago is when I finally put the suitcases up because I was like, I had one suitcase for shirts, one suitcase for pants, one suitcase for drawers, another one for bras. Like that's exactly what it was. And so that's an unexpected expense. So when people say, I'm going to get something unfurnished, you're going to have to look at what you're saving for unfurnished versus what you would get for furnished because that gap means a lot. And unless you are 100% dedicated to moving out here, I would not do unfurnished for that first year because and even with that, it's like then you have to do moving around because like moving, like when you move, you got to move everything with you. You got to get the trucks, all that other stuff. So you kind of want to just kind of figure it out and then figure out this is my space, this is what I want, this is what I want to be like. Because I will turn around and say, hey mama, we just see your outfit, that's it. You need your passport or my passport? My passport. Okay. I'm gonna have to get off. Where's my passport? My passport's supposed to be here. And what else do you need, Mama? Okay, so let me switch out. Give me my bag. Hmm? Oh no, it's just a quick live. People are gonna say hello. You're not on the live right now. Oh, Mama. All right, I'm gonna give you my residence card instead of the passport today, and then I'm going to give you. Um, I'm changing this. Oh, I forgot. I need to email that out. No, don't touch that one. Just for the note, when we talk about unexpected expenses, I will say this, and I've never said this before. You need to keep every single piece of paperwork that happens. Like back in the States, you don't have to keep your receipts, somebody's going to find it. Here, every single contract, every single piece of paper, every single agreement. Let me let you know now, you need to keep it. You're going to always have to show proof of something. One of the issues I have is like one of the banks, I just went in with my ID to pick up, like go into my account, and they were like, no, we need your checkbook with your account number. And I was like, what? Like, I think we really take for granted the fact that people can always look up and find, and you don't have to have that stuff right there with you. And that's really not the case. You need to have everything with you. Okay. So I'm going to end out this one. I'm going to say thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you have questions, put it in the comments. I got work to do. And so I'm going to take care of that now. Thank you so much. Bye. You're not on there, Mama. Your hand is. You can wave your hand. There it is. Bye.